Hi, welcome to another video on my channel. So as all great ideas come, this one also came when I was missing sleep and food and water, and I had the brilliant discovery of deciding to rate K-pop light sticks. Now, all I'm gonna say about these light sticks is obviously first my opinion, and second has nothing to do with the groups themselves. This is only with who they choose to create their light stick. So whatever I say, do take it with a grain of salt, and if your favorite light stick was put in a lower category than you might have wished for, like, don't sue me or something. I don't know. And also thank you so much for all of the support that my videos have been getting. I really appreciate that. Okay, I'm not gonna stall so much, so let's just jump straight into the video. Alright, a brief explanation just in case you've never heard of tier lists. All of the light sticks will be ranked in one of these categories from images, S being the best and F being the worst. C is an overall average and A would be the best, but S is what I think are masterpiece light sticks. So like S category is only for the ones that blow my mind when I see them. They are incredible, that's why they're in the S. Now, whatever I think of these light sticks is obviously very subjective, only my opinion, and has nothing to do with your enjoyment of the group or my enjoyment of the group. Okay, that was a little disclaimer before we jump straight onto the first light stick, and I probably offend someone. Alright, number one is Itzy's light stick. Or because it's Itzy, it's an Itzy circle or light ring. So coming in hot with the controversial ones because I can't start off without a bang. So while I know this has been designed by Ryujin and I think it's kind of innovative, like it's good that she had a different idea, no. This is called ranking light sticks, and if you're missing your stick in the light stick part, I think that means that something is missing. Sure, it's innovative, it's new, it's different, but sometimes just stick to the formula. Now, I blame JYP mostly for this because they never even gave Itzy a proper light stick, but please, I will finance your light stick, just get something decent, I literally beg you. So, I am so sorry, Itzy girlies, but this is an F tier. What is this? Alright, next up is from S9. Now, one big pro I have is that they decided not to go with the standard globe and in-globe group logo because I am not the biggest fan of that design. And their design is definitely different and innovative, and it's a good use of their logo, and I like that. But I don't like the way that it's actually executed, because while I love from S9, this is just not it. You're just waving their logo on a stick. But still, it's cute, it's different, and I feel like when you decorate it, it can look really amazing. So this is a very average light stick, C tier, but definitely points for originality. Next up are my girls G Idol. And while it's a basic orb logo inside orb light stick, I will give them points because they used their logo and made it into a little castle, and I feel like that's so cute and so adorable, and I literally am in love with how they did it because it's taking a basic idea but making it a bit more original, and that's what K-pop light sticks should be all about. Now, while I really like it, I don't think it can compare to light sticks in the A and S tier, so it's a very, very strong B tier, but a B tier nonetheless. Time for Blackpink. Now, before I just start talking about their light stick, if you mind the picture in the middle of the screen, I'm trying not to get copyright striked, so that's the reason why it's blocking the fan cam. Yeah, that's something I wanted to say. But yeah, even though I am not the biggest Blink myself, I like the group and I like their music, but I'm just not the biggest Blink, I will say that their light stick captures their concept perfectly. The pink hearts in the middle of a hammer that's black and kind of symbolizing aggression, with the heart symbolizing love. That's such a perfect execution of a concept into the light stick, like maybe one of the best I've ever seen. It's done so simply, but it's so effective, and I think that's one of the best designs. If you can make something simple and effective, then you know you've really nailed your design choice. That's why the Blackpink light stick is the first one to come in the S tier, because I just think it's so immaculate, and I'm so jealous of Blinks who own the Blackpink light stick. It's literally an artifact. Next up is Mamamoo, and I'm just going to say that I love Mamamoo so much. Like, they're one of my favorite third gen groups, and they are one of the most talented, well-rounded groups, and you know, we should all stream their music. But that does not mean that their light stick is excused. Why is it a carrot? Why is it a green carrot? And why is it so weirdly proportioned? It looks really cheap, and something being cheap doesn't have to mean automatically it's bad, but this just looks cheap and poor quality. Like, it looks plasticky and sheer. And why is it a carrot? I am flabbergasted with this light stick. So this is a D tier light stick, and I'm sorry Mamamoo girlies, I love you, but someone really scammed you with this one. Okay, we're up to 80s, and if I wasn't making this video, I didn't have an idea of what their light stick looked like, but I am truly impressed. Like, I don't know almost anything about 80s as a group, but their light stick is so cool. Like, they took the regular formula of logo inside an orb, but they made it look like a globe and like a compass at the same time. And those gold and brown details make it look really high quality and sturdy. And I don't know, does it fit their concept, but I assume it does, because it has that compass-like structure. But it just looks really beautiful, it looks really expensive, and it looks, I don't know, it looks like something that I would be proud to own, whether I'm a K-pop stan or not. And this is another very well-deserved S tier, because this light stick is just beautiful. Alright, next up is NMIX's light stick. And NMIX, I love you guys so much. You make incredible music. Bite Me was a bop. But what is this? Not only is it an orb on a stick, but there is also another stick inside the orb. Like, they literally called the makers of the light stick and they were like, don't worry, we got exactly what you're looking for. What if we put a little stick that shines inside the orb, huh? And the company was like, sure, whatever. But I am not sure whatever. I hate it. It hurts me personally. This light stick causes me pain when I see it. And that is a little dramatic, and I'm aware, but this is literally just a dramatic ranking. So I am sorry guys, but this is an F tier light stick. Better luck next time. Alright, next up is Kepler's light stick. And that poor group has enough problems without having a poor light stick. It's not that poor, like, it's a very, like I said, average circle on top of a stick, and inside there is a logo. One thing I do like is that little orbit that goes around the sphere, and it has like a little satellite. I think that's really cute for the space theme, but I'm not the biggest fan. But still, out of all the things that their company has messed up, the light stick is the least egregious. It's not amazing, and I don't really like it, but it's purple, and it's okay, I guess, so that's enough for me to put it in C tier, like it's very average. Okay, on to Stray Kids. And they have a very scary fandom, but I am not afraid. And I will say that their light stick is very mid. It's okay, but like I said, logo inside a circle on top of a stick. The red detailing is cool, but it's literally the most average light stick in the history of all light sticks ever. So, C tier. Now onto the best light stick of maybe all time, Dreamcatchers. This light stick encapsulates the vibe of Dreamcatcher perfectly. It goes incredibly with their concept, and it's so original. has that corruption that spreads onto the glass sphere, as well as a very cool handle, and also the fact that you can elongate the light stick as much as you would like or prefer. I just am in love with this light stick. It truly brings me so much happiness every time I see it. It's so different, so unique, but not in a bad way, like, I don't know, it's just such an incredible light stick, and I am literally jealous of everyone who owns it, like, on my Rob list. S tier. Alright, on to NCT. Now, I know they have their many subunits, but I think all of them use the same light stick, and this is the only one I found, so I will be judging it. And once again, sometimes originality is not the end-all be-all. Like, this is different, it's original, all of that, check, yes, true. But does it look nice? Well, no, in my opinion at least, no. It's not as outrageous as Itzy and NMIX, but I am willing to put it into the category of carrot Mamamoo light stick, aka this is a D tier light stick. It looks like a torch in a very bad neon-esque way. I don't know, I don't like it, but I guess it's not that horrible. Okay, my girl is NMIX. I am very neutral about this light stick. Do I not understand why it has a whale? I definitely do not. Do I not understand why it's so plain? I do not. But do I hate it? Also, I do not. So NMIX is a very solid C tier, and well, I expected more from them because of their funky fresh concept. This is adequate. Most I can give it. C tier, very deserved. Alright, BTS is up next. And if I don't upload the next video, that means ARMY's got me and I died. So BTS are the OG's orb on top of a stick. But the way they did it feels a lot less boring than the other generations. Maybe because not all light sticks were like that, and because they were the OG. But I can't help but appreciate the simplicity of their design. Like, they have the two orbs, but also they have that little thing on top of the sphere that just makes it look kind of unique. And I am not angry about it. I like it. I think it's okay. It's definitely better than most average light sticks, and I am willing to give it A tier because of the impact and the simplicity of the design, because they were the OGs. Okay, this is Treasure's light stick. And one thing I have to say before I read it is that, did you know that you can open it? You can open it like a little treasure chest. And also the top is shaped like a diamond, and it has that blue handle, and I think that's adorable. Like, you can literally open it. That's so cool. But I will say that the materials, and because you can open it, the top needs to be made from plastic, which means that it makes it look cheap. Especially with the fact that the bottom is also dyed blue and has that blue plastic, so it makes it look like a toy in a way, which isn't bad. But if they were going for their concept, aka treasure, I would think that it would look a bit more high-end, but that could be just a nitpick. But still, I really like it, and it's a solid B tier. They can join G-Idol. Time for IZ*ONE. And this is one of the rare groups where I will say that the box looks way better than the light stick. I love the idea that it has the 12 little planets, and that way it fits into their concept, but the glass on top is shaped so awkwardly that it just kind of looks like it got crashed against something and now it's just broken in that state. Like, I don't know, I feel like in this case a sphere would be better. Even though I was clowning on glass spheres this whole video, in this case it would work way better. So I am very sorry, IZ*ONE, I miss you, please come back, but change your light stick. D tier. Okay, my girlies ESPA are next. And ESPA, I love you so much, but this light stick is a definition of snooze fest. It's so average that if you Google the word average, this light stick would pop up. Like, this is a definition of anything being C tier. I am so sorry. Okay, we're on to my favorite light stick, the original Candy Bong. I love Candy Bong and I obviously love Twice. They are my ultimates, like I said many times. But this light stick to me is just so cute and it captions their original concept perfectly. It's so simple, but the lollipop on top makes it so nice. And the fact that it was just very original at the time that it came out, and it's even very original now. Like, this to me is a definition of an S tier light stick. Even if Twice weren't my ults, this is just one of the best light stick designs I've seen. Can it compare to Dreamcatchers? No, but it has a different sort of charm, and I love it. Okay, next up is EXO's light stick. And I love the way that they played with their logo to make it this pentagon with the little crisscross, but the way you can still read their name perfectly, but it still looks very sleek and original. Is a very good design and it's very impeccable. And its simplicity is what makes it so cool, because it's not boring. It's just original but simple. It's a solid A tier light stick. That's something I'm content with. Next up is New Jeans light stick. And there was definitely an attempt made to look very original and different, and I respect that. Like, someone unleashed their creativity to make this light stick. And I also appreciate the commitment to that bunny, like they don't want to let the thing die. But I will say that the complaint is similar to the other complaints I've had. It looks cheap, it looks like a toy, and it looks very plasticky, which I mean it has to because of how it's designed, but that doesn't mean I prefer it. So I will give it a C tier, mostly because of the original pad that they took and the fact that it doesn't look that bad. Okay, next up is Oh My Girl. And can anyone tell me, are there any Oh My Girl stands on my channel? I really want to know. But I really love their light stick. I love that it has those little deer horns and the fact that the stick itself has little dents. And it looks very 3D and very nicely modeled, as well as the box looks really sleek and their logo doesn't appear extra. It appears like it was modeled around it. I love that even though it's white and plain, it still looks really nice, and I will say that some thought was really put into this. So if it had more color, it would definitely be an A tier, but for now, B tier. Okay, next up is TXT. And now I will go over literally everything I said before by saying this looks like a toy, and I absolutely love that. Because the TXT light stick intentionally looks like a toy with the plus and X and minuses, it looks like something maybe released by Xbox as a weird console attachment, and I also see how it can be connected with other MOAs, I think that's their fandom, in the vicinity. So I think their light stick is very thoughtfully designed, and for that it deserves to be put on top with the other S tier light sticks. Great job. Girls' generation make you feel the heat. Okay, I'll stop. Next up is their light stick, and it's absolutely iconic. It's giving what it needed to give, and it's the OG. I love how it has the little GGs on top of a heart shaping it, but the one nitpick I have is that the heart on top, I think it's too small. Like, if it was a bit larger, or if the stick was just proportioned differently, I think it would look way better and be like an A or an S tier, but like this, B tier. So that I continue being fair, I also have to review the new Candy Bong, because it does look noticeably different, and I prefer it less. I still think it's iconic, and it does not do a sphere, which, like, thank God, but it's a bit more boring and it just can't be put in the same category. So I am downgrading it to A because it just disappointed me after the original. Red Velvet is up next. And I will say that this one is a bit of a downgrade from the Girls' Generation one, simply because they used a similar idea like Girls' Generation, but made it slightly worse. Although I do love that it looks a bit royal and regal, and that the logo inside the light stick looks really nice, and it does look really cohesive. So I'm not going to put it in C tier, because I think it looks better than the C tier light sticks, but it still deserves to be in B tier with the girl generation, even though the girl generation one is way better. Ive. You know how when you sit in class next to your friend and you ask them, hey, can I copy your homework? And they're like, yeah, just don't make it too obvious. Well, that's Ive with ESPA's light stick. Like, they did not even try. I appreciate the lack of giving an F. This is a C tier and that's generous. Next is Le Sserafim. And I absolutely love Le Sserafim, but if I saw someone carrying this in public, I would think they were going to beat me up. I know it's supposed to look like a torch and to have like a blue flame, but to me it just looks like a weapon. Like, if I see someone carrying this in public, I will think my life is in danger. And that's why it needs to go into the D tier, because it just doesn't deserve more. I am so sorry. Okay, so this is G-Friend's light stick, but it's not their main light stick. This is their light stick Japan. But I wanted to read it because I feel that it's so gorgeous that I just needed more people to see it. And because G-Friends had it disbanded, there are no more for sale. And this light stick is so gorgeous that I have to put it in the A tier. It's impeccable. Chef's kiss. Love it. High 8 with this one. Okay, next up is Cherry Bullet, and I had to put them in here simply to rate their light stick, because their light stick is one of the best examples of a thoughtfully made light stick, and it just is an S tier light stick, one of the best, and probably the best 4th gen light stick, like Chef's Kiss, 8. And we've arrived at our final destination, aka the Korean G-Friend light stick. I love that it respects the space theme and how the little star is inside the letter G. I feel like that's a really clever design, as well as the moon inside the letter G, making another bigger letter G if you squint. I don't know, I think it's a very cool idea and it's executed well. But I still feel like their Japanese light stick looks way better, which is why this one has to go a rank lower and settle for rank B. Which means that with G-Friend, we are done with this little light stick journey. Okay, so with this incredibly high quality picture in the background, that means that we are done with this video and this is my final ranking. So as expected, there are most light sticks in the C category, and I tried to put as little as possible into the F and the D category, simply because I really don't like hating on groups, and most of these light sticks have their own little charm that brings something to the table. Like, even the D light sticks have their own little flair. They're original, at least. Even though I still think the Le Sserafim one would beat me up if it had a chance. Okay, so that's how we finish this video. If you have your own ranking, please do write it in the comments. And thank you for all the support my videos have been getting, and for the love on my little avatar. I really appreciate all of that, and I appreciate every single person who watched, liked, and subscribed. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!